So to celebrate the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars in 2024, we're getting 6 exclusive anniversary figures that we have never seen before. Some of these have been released already, such as Fives and Darth Malak, and Saw Gerrera will be coming out on May 1st. And the rest of these figures are yet to be officially confirmed, but they're leaked to be Cal Kestis, 9num, and R2KT. But in this video, I want to share my ideas for 6 more characters that would have been amazing to see as LEGO minifigures. I've chosen these characters from a whole range of different time periods in Star Wars, a few from the prequels and Clone Wars, but also some from the sequel trilogy and the Solo spin-off film. So without further ado, let's begin with the first figure I'd love to see, which is Mother Talzin. Now, Mother Talzin is a Night Sister from the planet Dathomir and plays a pretty prominent role in the Clone Wars series in multiple story arcs, alongside Darth Maul and Savage Opress. Obviously, we've never had a set based on the planet Dathomir, which would explain why we've never seen this figure before, but I feel like with the right care and quality, LEGO could produce an amazing figure. The figure would mainly be red with some cape elements used to show sort of her spiritual robes, and the figure would pair along really nicely with some green energy pieces to show her Night Sister magic, and would really be one of the more mystical characters from the Star Wars universe that we've ever gotten in LEGO. Just before I go on to the next figure, please feel free to subscribe if you do go on to enjoy today's video. Switching up now to a character from the prequel trilogy, we have Dexter Jeter, the legendary owner of Dexter's Diner. This character has such a history with LEGO Star Wars, with it being the hub world of the first ever LEGO Star Wars game that I have spent so many hours in. While this figure would be quite difficult to make, requiring a uniquely molded piece, LEGO has made a Basilisk before in Pong Krell from 2013. This shows that there's definitely a possibility this figure could be made, but honestly, I just don't see us getting a set of his diner, and I kind of feel like that's the only scenario we'd get Dexter in. This is exactly the point of what these anniversary figures are supposed to be though, giving us characters that we would never normally get. Anyway, this figure would use an extra body attachment to give him 4 arms, as well as a much bigger stomach. Other than that, just a simple white apron print wouldn't need much detail, maybe just some stains or something. The next character is one that I don't think too many people talk about or even know about, but he's someone that we never actually got from any of the Solo sets, even though he's actually the main villain from the film. I'm of course referring to Dren Voss. If you don't remember, Dren Voss was a character played by Paul Bettany in the film and was one of the heads of the Crimson Dawn, working beneath Darth Maul. This character was really unique due to his sort of strange red face scars that lit up when he would fight, and this figure could use a really nice double-sided head to show both a normal and then enraged face. He could also use a cape draping across one shoulder, which wouldn't really need a whole lot of detail. He mainly just wears a black suit and does still honestly look like a really clean character. Considering all the other characters on this list are going to need some exclusive molding and parts, I thought this would be a more realistic and basic character to have on the list, who is still a character that would be pretty highly desired, and he is the main villain of one of the 11 Star Wars films. Flipping back to the Clone Wars now, the next character I would absolutely love to see is the Duchess of Mandalore herself, Satine Kryze. Satine played such a major role in the Clone Wars TV show as both the main love interest for Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Duchess of Mandalore, before she met her premature end to the hands of Darth Maul. Similar to Queen Amidala, she would require a really intricate headdress piece, which they could make look amazing, and she could also make use of some cloth elements and then just exclusive prints all around. We have gotten a lot of love from LEGO regarding Mandalore lately, obviously with the Mandalorian TV show, but also with Clone Wars Season 7, we had a lot of sets focused around the Mandalore arc. So Satine would be such a great character to add to anyone's Clone Wars collection, since I don't really see her getting put in any other sets anytime soon. The second last figure on this list is actually from the sequel trilogy, and stop before you get annoyed, I think this figure would be so amazing, and let me tell you why. This character had like 2 seconds of screen time in The Force Awakens, but he made such the impression on me as a kid that he was just the first figure to come to my mind when I was making this list. His name is Sidon Ithano. I don't know if I'm saying that exactly right, but even just saying his name, you probably don't even know who he is. But he's this amazing red masked bounty hunter that to me just looks so awesome. He's almost just like the Boba Fett of the sequel trilogy, since he doesn't really have much screen time or do anything and just looks really cool, but he obviously doesn't have as many fans as Boba Fett does. This figure would just require a uniquely molded helmet, which has already been Legoified in the video games. He should also have just a simple black cape and a dark red torso and leg print would make this figure pretty perfect. Again, just like every other figure on this list, I don't see him getting put in a set due to not only his limited screen time, but also lack of actually doing anything in the movies. Maybe we might get him in some sort of Maz Kanata's castle for the 10th anniversary of Force Awakens next year, but I'm not really holding out any hope since the public perception on all three of the sequel films is at an all-time low. With that being said, the last figure on this list takes us back to the prequels, Clone Wars, and Bad Batch, and this character is Mas Ameda, and he's the big blue guy that stands next to Chancellor Palpatine during all of his speeches. Now this figure actually made an appearance in the Skywalker Saga video game, so he has a perfect figure just to base him off that would obviously require a new headdress piece to complete the look. I don't see us getting this figure in any set other than some sort of Galactic Senate set, which would have to be an 18+ set because that would be pretty boring for any kids. And honestly, it would just be kind of impossible to make a good looking Senate set that doesn't require tens of thousands of million pieces, and the build would be so repetitive. So overall, those are my 6 characters that I would love to see in maybe another anniversary, maybe the 30th anniversary, or even they should just do this every year. It's such a cool idea, and I love seeing these characters that we would never normally get in any other sets as just little bonuses to sweeten the deal on every set that comes out. Don't forget to subscribe and please comment down below which 6 characters would you love to see, and I'll see you in the next video.